Welcome to Programming News. It is July 21, 2026. Today, we are looking at how Mozilla is changing the pace of Firefox updates, the features arriving with the next extended support release, and a significant shift in how browser extensions interact with your local files. We're also tracking a growing list of vulnerabilities across the ecosystem, from AI model poisoning to critical flaws in widely used CMS extensions. We start with a major shift in how Mozilla manages its software lifecycle. Starting this coming September, Mozilla is moving Firefox for Desktop and Android from a 4-week release cycle to a 2-week cycle. This is an experimental move, according to engineering director Sylvestre Ledru, designed to increase the frequency of updates without forcing developers to rush unfinished or unpolished features into the main branch. For most developers and power users, the most important takeaway is how this affects stability. While the standard releases are accelerating to this bi-weekly cadence, the extended support releases, or ESR, will remain on their current annual cycle. This distinction is vital for enterprise environments and developers who rely on a predictable, stable browser version for testing and deployment, as they won't be forced into the faster, more experimental pace of the standard release track. Speaking of the ESR, Firefox 153 is scheduled to arrive around today, July 21. This version will serve as the next extended support release, providing security updates for at least the next 15 months, which would carry it through late 2027. This version also serves as the foundation for the latest beta of the Firefox fork. There are several notable features coming in this build. For those working with high-fidelity media, there is experimental support for JPE, GXL, and HDR video support on Windows, alongside improved controls for pop-up video. There is also a practical quality of life update for web designers. The address bar is expanding its command functionality to include color picking directly from web pages. However, the most significant change in version 153 isn't a feature, but a security restriction. Mozilla is changing how extensions interact with your computer. Moving forward, extensions will lose default access to your local files. If a user still needs an extension to read or write to local files, they will have to manually grant that permission. This is a clear attempt to tighten the sandbox around the browser, reducing the risk of malicious extensions accessing sensitive data stored on a user's machine. While browser security is tightening, the broader landscape of vulnerabilities continues to expand, particularly in the realms of AI and content management. Researchers are highlighting a new, accessible threat, the ability to poison open-weight AI models for less than $100. This highlights a growing concern as more developers integrate these models into their applications, potentially expanding the attack surface for those attempting to manipulate AI behavior. At the same time, the risks associated with established platforms remain high. In the world of content management, vulnerabilities in Joomla extensions, specifically Icagenda and Balboa forms, have been assigned a perfect 10 severity score. These flaws pose a significant risk to the roughly 1 million sites that rely on the Joomla CMS ecosystem. We are also seeing challenges in the patching cycle for major enterprise software. Despite recent updates from Microsoft, some vulnerabilities in on-premise SharePoint have remained unresolved, leaving those installations exposed to zero-day attacks. It is a reminder that as the complexity of our software stacks grows, the window between a vulnerability's discovery and its exploitation continues to shrink. As browser development moves toward faster, more frequent updates to keep up with modern web standards, the question remains whether this increased cadence can truly keep pace with these evolving security demands without sacrificing the stability that long-term users rely on.